Welcome back to Bourbon Social's Whiskey Reviews. I'm your host, James from Bourbon Social. We are live from the March Long Island Bourbon Social meetup. My buddy Dougie brought this bottle of Wild Turkey Generations and is allowing me to open it. So let's get into it. Ready? Rate that pop. Oh, that was a solid pop, baby. I cut that video short because I didn't think that doing a review in the middle of our monthly meetup was the best idea. But luckily, my buddy Dougie let me take home a handshake from his bottle of Wild Turkey Generations so that I could do a full review and give this bourbon the attention that it deserves. As always, before I begin the review, please hit that like button and make sure you subscribe to the Bourbon Social YouTube channel. I would also like to take a moment to thank Evan for hosting the March Long Island Bourbon Social monthly meetup, to all the guys in the club who are always willing to bring such great bottles for us all to share, and to Dougie, who not only let me open his bottle and have the first pour, but also let me take home this handshake so that I can do an official review. Now that I have some free time on my hands, let's get into it. Before I get into the tasting, let me give you a few stats on this bourbon. Wild Turkey Generations is a blend of 9, 12, 14, and 15-year-old barrels using Wild Turkey's signature bourbon mash bill, consisting of 70% corn, 13% rye, and 12% malted barley. This bourbon is barrel proof and the highest proof whiskey that Wild Turkey has ever released, coming in at 120.8 proof. This 2023 limited release is a tribute to the Russell family and their 70-year legacy at the Wild Turkey Distillery, and 3 generations of experience being passed down from Jimmy Russell to Eddie Russell to Bruce Russell, whose names all appear on this bottle of Wild Turkey Generations. That's all I have as far as stats, so now let's get into the tasting. As you can see, I've already poured myself a sample from this handshake. Let's give it a swirl. My new technique is to turn the glass sideways, put my hand over the top so it doesn't spill out, get that liquid to coat the side of the glass, get those legs to stick to the Glencairn, and now we'll give it a sniff on the nose. Right after I ended that video of me opening the bottle of Wild Turkey Generations at the monthly meetup, I had my first pour, and the first note that I got on the nose was chocolate, and I was very surprised because I don't think I've ever gotten chocolate on the nose before. It wasn't a dark, rich chocolate. It was light and sweet, almost like a cocoa powder. And I'm picking up that same note on the nose in this glass. There's no mistaking that this is a Wild Turkey bourbon, because on the nose, I'm also picking up those notes of Wild Turkey funk that you get with older Wild Turkey bourbon. It's unmistakable. As somebody who's a fan of all Wild Turkey products, whether they be Russell Reserve or Wild Turkey or even Wild Turkey 101, the notes on the nose all seem to be kind of similar. And I'm picking up those traditional notes. Like I said, you get that old school Wild Turkey funk, some cherries, some light chocolate, some sweet oak, a little bit of cinnamon and vanilla. I'm looking forward to this first sip. If it's as good as I remember it being the other night, I'm very excited to try this. Cheers, everybody. So, just as I remember it, tasting and picking up on the nose at the monthly meetup, that chocolate is so prominent. I'm getting that. First sip is to get acclimated, and sometimes it's hard to really identify something on the palate on the first sip, but immediately I did get that same chocolate note. This is such a great pour. Again, that sweet chocolate, that sweet oak, some dark cherries, a little bit of spice, a nice little warm finish I feel all of a sudden. This is phenomenal. Let's have another one. You don't get any ethanol. You don't get any punch. It's just sweetness. I wish this wasn't so expensive. I wish this wasn't a limited release. I wish I had a bottle of this. I wish this wasn't all that I had, because this is a really nice pour. Let's have this last sip or so. Maybe 2 more sips out of this. My eyes are closed. I'm like, my nose is all in there. I just lost $18 worth on that. There. This smells great. Tastes even better. So that's the review. Thank you for watching. As always, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the Bourbon Social YouTube channel. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think of this video. As I always say, life is better with a buzz. Cheers.